Hello everyone and welcome to the Voidcast. We are going to play some Dungeons and Dragons and more importantly, have a lot of fun doing it. This will be the 28th live episode of the Precipice of Dreams. If it's your first time here, welcome, and if you've been here with us before, welcome back. We really appreciate that all of you are coming along on this adventure with us. So, how is everyone doing? Is everyone in the chat feeling okay? Is everyone here with me on the Discord feeling okay?
Yes.
Doing good, man.
Yes.
Somewhat.
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah, so apparently Jasper has fallen ill and he couldn't be with us this evening, so we have a stand-in, his twin brother, Japser.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
His accent is even worse.
My English is quite perfect.
Yes, it is. It's great. Thank you, Ashley, for the 8 months sub. Yeah, for the 8 months sub. What? 8 months already.
What?
Wow.
What?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Our man.
Awesome.
Our man with a plan.
And no, Michel Warwicks are beautiful, but they are... Okay, sorry, I have to respond to this, because Rickenbackers are the most overrated bases out there. They fall apart when you look at them. Yes, they may look cool. Yes, they may sound somewhat reasonable in some forms of music, but no, just no.
So, for those not familiar with our stream, this is a tabletop RPG stream, not a music stream. But yeah, he got triggered, so we'll deal with it. Michel, want to talk some more about some social media or other stuff?
Yes, we have
Maybe your day or...
well, let's not talk about my day. Let's talk about the social media stuff. We have social media. Amongst other things, our Twitch and YouTube channels. But we also have our own Discord, our own Instagram. All these sites serve different purposes. You can find our entire backlog of episodes on YouTube. You can find our artworks and ads for our upcoming shows on Instagram. And you can hang out and chat with us on our Discord. So go over to your favorite social media, like, subscribe, follow. It really helps us out a lot. If you want to know where you can find it, we dropped the link right there in the chat right now. It is linktr.ee/voidcastlive, and you can find all the links to all our sites and things there. So, yes, do that. It really helps us out.
It does. It really,
and if
really
you, so that's helping us out for free. If you don't mind and throwing us some cold cash, then you can always subscribe to our Twitch channel right here.
Who knows? Maybe eventually you will break even, right? That would be nice.
Yes, that would be nice.
Yeah, and what else? You're currently busy with a project in preparation for the 19th of July.
Yes, for some reason I got suckered into being a game master next Monday. So
he's
now,
so passive. This is total bullshit. He loves doing it. He's been lobbying for it for over a year. He wants to be the game master for that game. So no modesty there, Michel.
Well, false modesty.
Well,
right?
now you make it sound like I wanted to game master Call of Cthulhu. I was working on some other campaigns for some other systems, but yes.
Oh, okay.
Next Monday we are going to run Call of Cthulhu. I had this crazy idea for an adventure. We're throwing the crew together with which we did Dust City Outlaws 3 weeks ago? No, longer, much longer ago. 4 weeks, 5 weeks. However long ago.
5 weeks. 4 weeks ago we were here.
Except for we'll be missing Eric this time, but he's welcome to join whenever he wants. So it will be me, Jasper, our good friend Ashley, and our friends from Top Down Tabletop, Vix and Shanks. They will join us as investigators, and I will take the role of Keeper of Arcane Lore upon me. And walk them through some adventure of madness and eldritch horror.
Yeah, very cool.
Awesome.
Next Monday,
Next Monday, 19th of July.
right here.
Same time, same place.
Same time, 8:30. We take you to a journey to the 1920s.
1920s.
Paris.
Ooh. It's
so
modern.
yes. Scrub up on your French. That's all I'm saying.
Oui, monsieur.
So tomorrow, there won't
So
be.
let me introduce.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let me introduce that to everybody. Let's start with Talking Void next week, because then I can work back and throw it back to Michel again. So next week on Tuesday there will be another Talking Void with me. The topic will be, what's your weirdest session ever? I thought that would be a cool one. Weirdest session ever, and why was it so weird? Or why did you think it was weird anyway? Maybe others, people at the table, deadly serious and you were laughing out loud or something. I don't know. So that will be the topic, and I think I'll be joined with by Michel and Michel, my bell, Michel. Anyway, and it could be live, it could be on screen. We'll see.
It will be live.
It will be live either way.
He will be at my home, or he will be at his home.
It's not recorded.
For the confusion. Yeah. So that's the thing. And then normally tomorrow would be Jasper's laboratory. But since I'm not feeling that well and I'm hanging in there for this episode, I will be skipping that. But I think we have a solution for that, right?
Yes, we might. Or actually, yes, we have.
We do.
So instead of Jasper's laboratory, I will be continuing my Call of Cthulhu solo play tomorrow. So I'll throw in another 2 hours. I don't know how far I'll come. I have no idea how long the solo adventure takes. But I've been running through Alone Against the Flames, which is a solo adventure for Call of Cthulhu to learn the rules and to get accustomed to the setting. And that was a lot of fun, and I will be continuing that tomorrow. Also, I think I'll be throwing the episode up of the first one tomorrow, so that people can maybe watch it before they continue the live stream tomorrow evening.
So they know what's going on. Yeah. Who knows? Would be cool. All right. Well, then there's nothing left but the actual campaign, right? Or does anyone else want to talk about something? No?
What campaign?
Nope.
What campaign? Yeah. So last time we finished a major story arc, and we'll be starting a new one right now. Well, new one will be continuing an old one. It's more like it. But before we do that, let's share some new artwork. How about that, guys?
New artwork time!
Yeah, because
New artwork time.
Because with our whole transition from one world to another, one of the characters changed, and we have some new artwork for that character.
Can I say that I always enjoy seeing Susan?
Yeah, me too.
But let's not look at Susan now. Let's look at the all new Bowen.
Hey!
Wow.
There he is.
Wow.
He looks so cool.
Indeed. Looks like a handsome man. He finally
That's
looks
me.
as friendly as I think he is.
Yeah, he has a dapper haircut.
Yeah, he's. It's quite a contrast from Bowen Darkheart.
It is. He looks healthy.
Healthy.
His clothes are less torn.
Well, thank you, I guess. I'm so going to enjoy playing him. I really love the details on the back of the shield, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
great.
basket weave thing.
Yeah. Really cool. So that's the other Bowen. He's a big guy, big fella. And Eric did a great job as ever. Yeah.
Also, the details on the fabric of the cloak are also great.
Yeah.
What details? Oh my god, I did
Heck,
it.
the grain.
I
What a
remember
mistake.
Yeah. Oh shit! I left that other layer in that I should have removed.
No,
But
but
yeah.
glad we've done it. So
But that's all the party members now, right? I've gotten their version 2 or even 3 of in some cases of their artwork.
Or
Well,
4, 5, and
everyone
6,
that
depending
counts.
on how many versions of the character there
Yeah,
are.
we know. Old Leaf.
What?
I think you have the most versions of your character.
Yeah,
I think.
I have 3 versions of my character.
I've got 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
But
wait
you
a
have 2
minute.
different characters, so that doesn't count.
Well,
Three
ho,
different
ho,
characters
ho.
if
Merry
you
Christmas.
if you count the evil black shaped bow and
But
Yeah, so that's it. That's the art reveals.
yeah.
Yeah.
What you
Okay.
expected more? What else did you?
I thought you were going to do a chain of something. I don't know.
No,
No.
I might
I
have
had a
more for
feeling.
you guys.
I spent 17 hours doing this. Come on, be appreciative.
Yeah, this was it. When he said he was being
I
busy.
love it. I love it.
But yeah, so let's head into the intro and we'll see where we left off.
Yes.
Yes, here it is. Michel.
Well, that obviously didn't work, says Bowen Goodhart. Oddleaf collapses to the floor, exhausted. She looks at the druid leaning against the tree and Solwing staring up at the sun, finally reunited as he lets himself be embraced by its warm light. He looks back at Oddleaf and his smile drops. A knowing glance passes between them. Out of the group that left for the other world, they are the only ones that came back and remembered. No Thomas. He died protecting them, saving them. And no Bowen Darkheart. How she had loathed the other side of Bowen when she first met him. But now, she wished that he was here instead of Goodheart. Oddleaf looks at the dumb expression on Bowen's face. He has no idea, no experience, no memory of what they had been through on the other side of the portal. The frustration of the maze, the idiocy of King Stammet, the psychological trauma from fighting the hag Mera, and the final moments of terror as the dream world fell to the darkness of the Great Eye. As the Grove succumbed to the nightmare, there was no choice but to amputate the connection between the Grove and the other realms. So we did. Fighting at the transition tree under a dome of the Druid's protective magics, we fought off hordes of the Nightmare's creatures. We got some unexpected help as an old echo of Thomas joined in the fight one last time, to save and protect us from the terrifying avatar of the Eye. We fought until at last the Druid finished his ritual. The corrupted areas were closed off and we were transported back to our own world. Now I look at the group that I see in front of me. The Druid, with his back against the tree. Petal, grieving the death of her mother and Thomas. Solwing, happily reunited with the sun. Oblivious Bowen Goodheart. For it was his other side buried deep within that had made the journey with us. And the fading echo of our friend Thomas. A final moment of heroism. And maybe an opportunity to say goodbye.
Well, Thomas says goodbye and he disappears. No.
Wow. No, that was really great, Michel. Thanks.
Yeah, well, awesome, man.
Yeah, it was a cool one.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Loved it. Yeah.
I've nothing to add, so it's all on you guys.
So I think I'll take the lead for a small moment, as it is given. I step away from the tree and I look around and I see this fading shimmer of Thomas, right? Somewhere in the field, and I see this giant bear leaning against the tree, and I see Kiss flying about and I look confused because I have no idea what is happening, and so I gaze at Oldleaf, my angel, and as I see her torn face, I say, why so sad, Oldleaf? And why is there a bear? Thomas? as I whistle to Kiss to come to me.
Well, first of all, I think you can all see that we went through a rough patch recently, as our clothes are torn and probably bloodied. If I speak for Oddleaf, I would say that she is paler and looks more tired than ever. And she looks up at you and says, "It did work. We have been gone for I don't know how long. A week? Days? I don't even know. And so much has happened, I don't even know where to start telling you." And I look around again. Is the echo of Thomas still there, or is it fading? Yeah. No.
Well, you see the echo of Thomas, and it's a bit transparent, so you can see partially through him. And
he has this greenish hue about him.
He has this greenish hue about him. Yeah.
He's not filled
But
with color.
no. But still, it's an older version of Thomas. So he has a longer beard, he has longer hair. He wears the broken sword. He wears different armor. So it's not the Thomas that you with which you entered the tree.
So, first things first, says Solwing, and he takes out of one of the feathers of his left wing and walks up to the glimmering, shimmering Thomas and gets down on the knee, but that looks a little bit weird because my knee bends the other way. And I present the feather and I say, "Thank you, Thomas, for everything you did for us. It was truly an honor to be your friend."
Wait, what?
Well, thank you, Solwing. Though I am not the Thomas that you know.
I know, but you were still there for us, as would our Thomas had been.
That he would have, he says, and he accepts the feather. I don't know if it's.
As soon as you take it from his hand, and Solwing lets go of it, it changes color as well. It becomes transparent and loses all color except for that greenish hue. It's not black and white, but green and white. So it's or green and black.
Well, I hold the feather with great reverence to Solwing, and I say I will put this on my person. If I will wear this.
It would be an honor. And again, thank you.
Likewise, I say, and I make a small bow.
I look at Thomas now, and I say, "What does this mean? How is this possible?"
I do not know how this is possible, and I do not know what this means, because I am not the Thomas you know. I am a Thomas that will never come to be. That makes any sense.
What does that mean? I mean,
I grab onto Kiss, somewhat firm, but not squeezing, of course. But I'm a bit distraught, and I starts shaking a bit.
I take a step back and I put my hand on your shoulder and say, just listen for now.
Yeah, of course, Solving.
What it means is, it's not that simple, but what it means is that I have lived a full life and yet I have never lived at all. I have fought beside you and yet those battles have never taken place. I am a Thomas of a future that will not come to pass. And I have memories of a past that were never there.
I don't know how you found your way to us, but I don't know if you're connected in a way to the Thomas that spent his time with us. But it is an honor to meet you.
And the honor is all mine.
And I'm really, really sorry that we lost you. Or not you, but the one we traveled with.
And I am very sure that Thomas misses you all wherever he went. He had
so
great respect for almost all of you.
I look around.
I look at Owen.
He considered all of you his friend.
I see the bear.
And he considered all of you his friend. And I do take a moment to make a small nod to Petal.
Yeah, she's crying as well. She's probably sitting on Solwing's shoulders by now and just sobbing.
Okay. I do feel that my time here will not be everlasting, and I do think that I will be fading away very soon.
It's truly nice that you still have some time, because we did not get a chance to say goodbye to you or to Thomas. And I don't even know. I have so much to say, but I don't know the words. I'm missing you while you're still standing here.
Yes, I feel the same.
You shouldn't miss me. You should miss the other Thomas, because I am not him. So. And I do miss you all, though you are already not the Solwing, the Oddleaf, the Bowen, the Petal that I once knew. Because you have already taken a different path that I should have taken, if that makes any sense.
So, are you dead? Am I understanding this correctly?
Yes.
Thomas is dead.
Yes.
Thomas is dead, says Shadow Thomas.
But he still had to find himself. Get to be a nice guy.
Because of him, we're still alive.
Get to be a nice guy, sorry.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah, I know.
He protected
in his heart.
and saved us.
Yeah, that's not what I meant, Oldreef.
Until his last. I know you didn't.
It's
mean
the
that.
journey.
I'm telling you of his last moments.
Right.
So, should I stop talking now, or should I ask questions now? I'm a bit distraught.
I don't know. We are all a bit distraught.
Ask your questions about the hows and whens and whys to us after we've had our moment. Because
But if you want to, if there's anything you want to say to Thomas,
this is the
you
moment.
should do it now.
Older Thomas, I have no idea what happened, but if you died, then I'm just really sad. And I'm trying to think how to cope with this because a moment ago, well, you were here still checking on the health of these. Where are these bastards anyway?
Well, there are some approximately week-old corpses lying about. If you guys didn't clean them up, some of them have been gnawed on. Some of them might have been dragged into the forest by some wildlife.
I guess time did pass, and I somehow didn't notice. But your death does sadden me. Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry you have to find out like this, Bowen.
Me too, and we'll tell you all about what happened. But for this moment,
Thomas, I just want to thank you for everything that you've done, even though you're not our Thomas. I do feel that there's a resemblance and that you might have been the same person if things would have happened differently. And even in the short time that I knew you, I considered you a dear friend. And I will miss you.
Is there anything that you know that our Thomas would like us to do? Anything that is important in his life that we might finish or
Go to Gunther.
Oh,
Tell him
man.
about his death, because Sir Gunther was everything for Thomas.
Is there any message that we can pass on to him from you?
Just one. Tell him thank you for everything.
we will.
I know Thomas considered him to be like a father figure. And yeah. I think Thomas would have missed him dearly. And I think the feeling is mutual. So
We will tell him. And we will tell him that you would have been a fine knight were you still alive.
thank you, and I hope you all will live full lives and have many adventures together, he says. He makes a small bow and he slowly fades away.
Bowen sets his back to the tree, bends his knees, sits down, and starts slowly sobbing.
I look at Oddleaf and I say, excuse me for just a moment, I'll be right back. And I immediately fly up into the air. And I really make a lot of altitude until I'm out of sight. And then maybe, like 3 minutes later, you can hear like a bird scream coming from the sky. And 5 minutes later, I returned.
Well, you hear Petal flies up with you, I guess. She's clinging to your feathers and just sobbing into them. From around the tree, you hear. Ooh. And you see this bear standing on his feet, and as soon as he walks a bit away from the tree, he keeps looking at it, and his eyes grow a bit wide. But he starts to change. He starts to walk upright, and his fur is disappearing, and he changes into a human in what takes about 30 seconds. He's an old fellow, completely naked. He looks a bit. He is still very muscular and but he's quite old. He has long hair bound in a ponytail, and he has a beard with multiple. How do you call it? A braided beard
Great.
with the multiple things, a bit like his bear form had as well. And he keeps looking at the tree and says, "Oh, that was not supposed to happen."
I say,
Bowen,
I say, man bear.
Bowen, do you remember Petal talking about the druid?
Yeah, of course.
Meet the druid.
It was moments ago. This is okay. Well, that bodes well. Yeah.
Oh, another thing special about him is that he is wearing those same markings as the bear had on his legs. He has tattoos all over his arms that are deep blue, but they glow with bright blue light. And he has these markings all over his body. They start as his arm. It's just one big sort of tribal-ish tattoo.
Do I recognize that from something that I've seen or read
Try to
about
make it-
before?
Check for that.
Going for the history. Or maybe should I do religion? I don't know. Yeah, let's go. Well, would history or religion be more appropriate, Roger?
Yeah, it depends on how you want to approach it. But
Okay,
I think
so-
religion might be more appropriate in this case. Because
Okay.
history will be something, you heard that, or you didn't hear. That
4 plus 7 is 11.
11. Well, you might have heard something about in very old god lore, because you at the Greenhold Cloister you studied a bit about Mivendi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes those gods would mark favored individuals with paint.
Okay. So I say, hey, are those Mivendi tattoos? Or paintings?
Well, he looks a bit startled for being talked at directly, because you were ignoring him for a while. Oh, thank you for the sub, Naruhiko, or Jeff, or DJ, or whatever.
Thank you.
Thanks
for the
so
continued
much.
support.
7 months already. It's great as well. But he looks at you, Bowen, and he says, he looks at his own arms and says, "Oh, no, not me, Wendy.
Oh,
Alex.
okay.
But they're not tattoos.
Sorry, what was that name you said?
Alaris,
Yeah, the hunt.
goddess of the hunt."
Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hello.
Yeah.
My name is Bowen Goodhart, and I'm. These are my friends. I guess you've met them already. I haven't met you yet, but
Well, we didn't get a chance to speak that much. My name is Sam Perkris.
hey Sam, nice name. So, where are you from, Sam?
Well, the Grove.
Ah, yes, of course,
At
because
least
you are the
somewhat, but
druid.
I'm also from around here. Not sure if the town still exists, but it's called Woutford.
Oh, we're close by. Yeah, we actually.
yeah. Should
Oh,
be.
I think we'll be going there soonish because of what just happened with Thomas and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys were having a moment and didn't want to interfere. Oh, there's this picture now in the thingy. The slideshow, that's the word.
Bob.
But we have a small problem, I think. Because the tree is active.
What does
Which
that mean?
means
Which means it won't go dormant. Which means the way is open.
The way to the grove is open.
No, not the grove. To the dream. To Elleris' dream.
Yes, the endless for.
The endless forest, yes.
oh, what is this endless forest like?
You were with us just now, right?
Well,
You-
I'm having doubts about that. I don't think I was, because
Okay.
Bowen,
There's a lot
things
of
have
stuff
suddenly
going on,
shifted.
but you seem familiar. Also, you're missing one of you if he's not that guy.
Well, people do say that when you have got a little bit more fat in the face, that they start to look alike a bit because of the facial expressions get toned down. That could be it.
Bowen,
Okay.
I promise you, I will tell you everything that happened. But it seems like we need to. We need to close off the portal, right? We can't risk anything coming through. So how do we
Well,
do that?
I think the ritual worked. So there's nothing coming through that would be bad, but it's more that there's now a permanent bridge between this world and the dream. And then not a nightmare.
Am I back already, or am I?
Oh, yeah,
am
yeah,
I-
yeah, yeah.
Okay. No, but it's also what Oddly says goes the other way around. Some bad people went to the endless forest, and we might not want to see that happen again.
Yeah, that's what I'm more scared of.
Yeah.
Are the priests of Adoris still in Woodford?
No.
No, I thought not.
I think we have much to talk about, all of us.
Yeah,
But
I need some clothes though, because it's been a while since I wore them.
Yes, I might have a cloak for you to wear until then.
Oh, that's okay.
Um,
The forest provides, and he give me a second, and he walks away to
Well,
the,
if
the edge,
you-
the
if
tree
you-
edge, and there's this tree with a hole in it, and he sticks his arm in it. He reaches down, and he pulls out a pack, and opens it, and pulls out some clothes, simple brown tunic, and brown pants, and he puts them on.
okay.
And
That's,
he puts the bag where it was in back into the tree.
Before we do anything, I feel it's really important to tell Bowen everything that has happened.
I agree.
I do agree as well, because it makes no sense for me right now.
Okay. There, let's sit down. Find someplace. This might take a while.
And this might also be confronting for you.
I'm taking some nuts from my what's it called?
You know what the best
little
thing-
bag, and I start feeding kids as I sit down.
As I see you doing that, I say, you know what really would be
Seeds.
a good idea? To have your mind a little bit occupied. Maybe you should cook us some dinner, and then we will tell you the.
No, I will tell him. I will tell him now, and then we'll proceed with what to do. And despite with what chat's been saying, the PCs are very much still saddened by the loss of Thomas, which is clear in at least how Oddleaf carries herself, and that she's still on the verge of tears. Well, she just sits down and starts telling the story from the moment we step to the tree, and except for my personal details, I think that I tell Bowen just everything.
And I emphasize his other self constantly by also saying, yeah, and when he went into this other form, he said things like, and
Sleeprecht.
and I also try to imitate.
Okay, but I was actually sorry to jump in there. I actually, before I start telling the real story, I think it's important to tell Bowen what happened as soon as we stepped through the portal.
About
in a
Dark
bit more
Arts, you mean?
detail. Yeah.
Yep.
So the moment we stepped through the portal, you were not there with us.
Okay.
And instead, there was this version of you that looked highly emaciated, skin over bones, dirty rags. I mean, it was an old robe, purple robe, but it looks really dirty and had holes in them.
Yeah.
And he was also you. And I understand that this is difficult to understand, or you might not believe us.
I believe you.
I think that those blackouts that you've had were actually him taking over. For he has been in the back of your mind your entire life.
Ooh, okay. So maybe I can get a sense of this as you tell me the whole story.
Yes, and I will, but I thought that this detail was important to discuss before I start the whole story.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that sounds pretty significant. Yeah.
And then I just tell the whole story. But I wanted to see Jasper react to that piece of information as Bowen. So that's why we picked it out.
So Bowen listens very carefully to everything you were saying. So for all those in chat, episode 11 up till now. And and nods a lot, and you see him frown every time that Bowen Darkheart gets mentioned in some form, and when solving emphasizes his role in everything. He takes a serious look. Expression comes over him, and he looks Solving deep in the eyes, and really seems to incorporate this new information into his brain. And as the story progresses, he's in awe of what you've all done. And as you end the story, he seems to be really into it because Bowen loves stories. He loves to read them. He's had a whole library in his youth where he could read all kinds of stories, especially those of Oddleaf, of course. And so after that whole story has been told to him, and you end where you come back to this world through the transition tree, he says, That's a very big handkerchief. Sorry, guys, don't know what to say about Thomas. I understand that he did amazingly, and I wish I was there in his final moments because, as you tell it, he already did find his way towards a proper ending, so to say, even though it came early. and I'm very sad that I did not get to experience this. I always saw potential, and even in his anger, I saw that there was a small but daring heart beating in his chest, and it makes me really sad.
He was a great man, and he deserved more
Yes,
and
indeed.
better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't feel like his time at all.
Yeah.
But he made it so that we still have time.
Oh, now I
I'm
understand what I
afraid that-
just saw. And oh man, Gunter, what
Yes,
will he think?
we need to tell Gunther. And I turned towards the druid.
Yeah, he's been listening intently to the whole conversation. He just
Yeah.
sits there in the same circle as you guys and just listens. Didn't say a word.
So that's what we need to do. What do you need to do?
Well, I need to guard this tree, I think.
Yes,
Or at least get some people to guard this tree.
yes.
And I think our little queen here needs to go back. And he gestures at Petal.
Is that what you want, Petal?
I don't know. She says, I don't know anymore. I mean, what's there to go back to? There's no more grove. I'm a queen without a kingdom. I mean, where would I go? My people are still
Well,
there.
you're always welcome to join us wherever we go next. I have no idea. And I turn to both Petal and Druid, and I say, it feels out of place to talk about this now, but if there's anything we can do to help rebuild the grove or help set up communications or trade to build your home back up, my family would be happy to take a part in this and arrange things for you.
Yeah. Think I would like that. But
Yeah,
I think, yeah, Sam is probably right in some way that I do have a responsibility to my people, and my people are free now, but they have no place to go. So, yeah, I just don't know. Maybe we can live with Spriggan, or in the garden. I don't know. Guess I'll have to figure that out. I mean, it would be easy for me to say that I'm coming with you. I mean, I want to, but that would just be me running away again. And after everything that's happened, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
and I guess you are queen now, and I make a bow.
Yeah,
Queen
yeah,
Petal.
Queen Petal. Pff. It's what my mother would have wanted.
Well, you are always welcome, and I will send letters to my family immediately to get someone over here to Woudford and help you and Sam out with anything you might need on this side of the tree.
Yeah.
But wait, in the meantime, could there be other of these bastards who invaded this realm? Could they be coming here? And would you be able to fend them off with just the two of you? Or should we indeed already get some backup from, for example, Watford?
Well, that would be my plan, Druid says. But I have a feeling that Most of the friends I had here are dead. I think I haven't been here in over a century.
Oh, then if they were human, they probably are dead, yes. A couple of the other species as well. Maybe there are some long-lived ones, so maybe those are there.
Yeah. I'll be joining you to Woutford. At least for this.
Oh, and by the way, we don't worship your god anymore. We now worship Aedon on this world. So that's the other thing.
Aedon.
Yeah.
We don't all worship.
No,
Aedon.
well, you know, when they all died, Aedon took over in a way, or rescued us with his divine source and
Did he now?
enlightened us. Yes, he did.
Do you know about Aedon?
I'm not sure he's a god.
Oh, he is.
Then where does he reside? Does he have his own dream?
Everywhere. Aedon
know.
is kind of everywhere around here.
So he's the 17th god. Does he have his own dream? Is there a 17th dream?
I have no idea what you speak of. Although the stories Audrey just told us give me a sense of what you're trying to convey, but it wasn't
I've
a
been
problem.
gone for longer than a century if I hear this, because this does not make any sense.
You must have been here before the last God War, no?
I was, yes. The Godfall,
Yes.
yes,
You
This
know of the
was-
Godfall?
of course.
Okay.
But you haven't been to this world since the
The
Godfall.
Godfall, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
It's when I became what I am.
So after the Godfall, we realized, or the people living on this world realized, that the divine magic did not work anymore because of the absence of the gods.
Of course, there was no one there to grant you this magic.
And it was at that time that Aedon appeared. And
It was several years later. It took about
yeah, I know.
a little
It
less
was-
than a decade to for him to rise.
I know. So Aedon appeared after some time and brought back divine magic. And this world has mostly been worshipping Aedon since then.
I can imagine that people would react in such a manner, being abandoned by their old gods.
The old gods are almost all forgotten. Their temples being painted over, statues and art removed.
Well,
In some churches, to speak the names of the old gods is an act against Aedon.
Well.
and this goes for all the races.
No.
I mean, for humans, I can understand. You live short lives. But there are those that remember, those that were alive during this trying time.
Some of the people of Aedon still follow some old ways.
Maybe I can find some followers of Eldoris elsewhere then.
Oh, it's good of you to try, and if you find them and they hold to their faith, then that's okay as well. But you should. I don't. How do I say this? Don't be disturbed by the presence of of Aedon at least, because in a sense he conveys everything that is good to his followers, and that brings quite a lot of joy to the world.
What is he
as
the
it
god
stands.
of? What's his
The
domain?
world.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
That is weird.
God
It
of the
is.
world. Yeah.
It is suspicious, I would say.
Well, suspicious. There you go, on Aldreef. You're his angel.
I am not.
You do possess a power
disagree on.
that's not of the dreams. But then again, you possess two kinds of power.
Yes,
Both beautiful in their own way.
No,
but enough of that.
one is dark and corrupt.
Only
is
if you let it be.
akin to that of a cool.
One is dark and corrupt, and the other one is akin to a cool.
No. The
The
one that is
dark
dark
and corrupt one.
is akin to that of a cool.
Yeah,
and the
okay.
nightmare.
Yeah, sorry, I misheard, and I thought there was an end,
No,
and
no,
got
no.
really surprised and excited.
Excited though, I can switch it around. No.
Yes. What can you tell us about a cool and what has happened here? We need to understand. We don't even know what we're dealing with. I've seen that nightmare twice now. And both times just survived by a hair.
Well, what you've seen is not the true nightmare. The true nightmare is another dream, one that he invaded and took over for himself. And I really need to look up a name.
We're digging deep, guys. He needs to look up names.
I should have prepared this, right? You guys said, yeah, and you guys could have as well.
Yeah, how's chat doing? They're having fun with
There's
Eric.
a lot of jokes about Eric's new character.
Do you care to elaborate, Eric?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm having
got
fun
it.
in the chat. You guys roleplay. I'll do the chat thing.
I don't know much about the coming of Okul, but I know that he came to Firza, the god of the moon, the goddess of the moon, first. And I don't know what happened exactly, but it seems she was tricked by him, and she was the first of the gods to fall. Her realm, her dream, is the true nightmare at the moment. But Okul wants to spread his influence. He wants to make his dream the reality.
So this makes kind of sense, right? Because that means that he replaces the moon in many visions, right? He's an eye in the sky.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Is it also that he can draw that power of the tree?
No,
Like it for its own and then use it? Because we also met another Avarin who was the disciple of the moon. But if the moon's gone, does that mean he works for
Okul. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Almost certainly. But Okul is not a god. At least not like our gods were. He came from somewhere else, somewhere beyond. And he invaded one dream, and now he's trying to invade all the others.
He is
Beyond
not
what?
successful then. Do the old gods still live?
Some might. I know that Alaris is dead.
How?
He killed them. That is the last thing I heard from the gods. The moment they died, or some of them died. Alaris left for the Premise to meet,
But her
consult with the other gods, and she never came back.
But
And
her
that's
dreams
when the
still
nightmare
exist.
started to invade. Of course, she created the dream, her dream. It doesn't die without her. When she dies, it is still a part of her power. So in a way, she's still somewhat alive, just not her person.
And Okul did this?
Yes, in all probability. I have no proof. But from what I heard, from what happened to Amara,
What do
it
you?
was so cool.
What else do you know of Akul? If not, if you don't know what he is or where he came from, Did he come alone? In what form did he present himself to you? What?
He didn't present himself to me. He tries to lure people in with power and promises of power, like he did with Amara, and that way he can get a foothold in a dream and spread his corruption from there. He's all about influence.
And he was alone?
I don't know. He has armies of monsters and hideous aberrations.
And we've seen a couple. Oh no, you've seen a. Oh, this confuses me.
Well, you did see one as Bowen.
Can you maybe, I don't know if you can tell us anything about it, but we met this priest here who was tainted, corrupted, tried to kill us, and then when we defeated him, he turned into a wound. We haven't told you about wounds yet, but there are places here that are corrupted on this planet. And from what we know now, those are corruptions by Okul, probably stemming from dreams. But knowing that there's another Averin actually supporting him, walking around here, can
Oh, he
they
probably
use
has many followers.
But
Like
can they
this
all
priest you mentioned.
make these wounds, or do they need to
It's
die
like I
for it?
said, he promises power, infects, and spreads his influence. And that's how he does it. But he needs the dreams to take over this world. I think that is his end goal.
Yeah,
He wants to turn this world into his dream,
But
his vision.
is it good to destroy his followers or kill them, or do we need to leave them alive so that they don't become wounds? How
No,
would
I would eradicate them any way you can.
Yeah, that seems like the logical choice.
But you do need divine power for something like that. But I do see that you are a bit like me. You carry a piece of Altazar with you. Do you not?
I carry the will of the sun.
You carry his flame.
Yes. Can I use that to end corruption?
Well, it is divine power, so you should be able to use that to counteract his corruption.
Do you?
I can help with that as well because I have Aedon at my side.
That's true. And we saw another Aedon follower actually pressing away the corruption, although it cost a lot.
And this is also divine power.
I guess.
Yes. So what do you know about Aedon?
Not much. I don't know anything. It sounds like he is some kind of god, but that would mean he has his own dream. And I don't know how much the world has changed since he's here, but doesn't look like there's a 17th god. Doesn't feel like it, you know?
No, you don't.
Might he be an entity like Okul?
Hey, no. Wait. Before we are going into this discussion, by thinking of the world god as a creature that might be from some kind of outer worldly disruptive force, I have to defend Aedon as a force of law and justice and good and everything that is well in this world. You can't compare them in that way, because
No,
otherwise, what would be?
I'm
the-
actually not disagreeing with you. I just mentioned it as if they are of the same ilk, then they don't seem to have the same motivations. And from what we have seen, with everything that I know or think about Aedon, he does seem to be actively against Okul.
Yeah, well, if it is a similar entity as Okul,
which is not.
I think we would have seen more of it. Like Okul manifests himself, and I've never seen this Aedon manifest himself anywhere or felt his reverberations throughout the dreams.
Can you use his magic now, Bowen, to see if the druid can or Sam? I don't know what you prefer. Can get some information from that.
Oh, let's start cooking. Create bonfire.
That's one of your mage spells, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's arcane magic. Says the
That's-
guy.
that's just-
yeah.
That is magic, but it's
Yeah. Okay. I have to do it another way.
that is
You're
magic that is inherent to this. That's world magic. That is the magic
Okay.
that naturally flows here in the place, manipulated by someone who knows. Or
So let's see if
Should
this
know what he's
helps.
doing.
Can I touch his shoulder?
sure.
And I touch my hand to his shoulder and I say, "You are worthy," and I cast guidance.
He lifts up for a second. And says, ooh, that is strange. I know this.
Uplifting, right?
Yeah, I know, I'm familiar with the spell, but not with the energy. It feels weird. It's unaligned.
Could Aedon literally be the god of the world, in the sense that it is a manifestation of everything that's already on this world? If I understand correctly, the gods all poured something of themselves into this world to create the world. So the world consists of all these parts of the different gods. And what
Well,
if it's-
that's somewhat right. It's more like that each god had their own idea for the world, their own dream for this world, and all those dreams together shape reality.
Yes. And what if that reality has become more, and this Aedon is literally the world, and is the reason why they never showed themselves, never manifested?
Because
The
the world
reason
is
why
the
never-
manifestation.
Yeah, the reason why never ever got added to the world.
Although I do
But
not
all magic
actually.
stems from the dreams. I mean, this world is infused with magic, but it all comes from the dreams. So what you're
But
saying
there's
is that...
places outside. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, what you're saying is that the magic of Dreams formed a new entity, which seems highly unlikely, bordering on impossible.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. I think you've got the order wrong. I think that there was always Aedon as the possible god of this world, and now Aedon has become manifest at the world, in the world, over the world, wherever. It's kind of,
Well, you
Whole
might not
person.
be too far off. It might be an immune reaction of the world to an outside entity invading it.
Yes. So
Those wounds you spoke of, I can imagine those are pieces of the nightmare bleeding through.
yes.
It's what would have happened here if he had reached the transition tree.
But Aedon is not a reaction, he's a force.
Well, I can't argue with that. I felt it. But it's not of any god I know of.
It's Aedon.
It feels neutral in a way, like it's not colored with the influence of a god. It's like your other magic, the one you just used to create that bonfire. That's unaligned as well. It's only tainted by you. And nothing else. It's just ambient magic. But this still feels channeled. Like it has a source and it's channeled through you, not by you.
Through my goodness?
I don't know.
From my well-being?
Through prayer, your belief, faith, whatever you want to call it.
Well, because we have his tenets which, guide us while we use his magic. And they are, you shall be faithful, you shall be honest, you shall be generous, you shall be gentle, courageous, temperate, patient, and modest. So those are strong guidelines to follow to be able to cast magic granted by Aedon. And I think they are there for the purpose of the good of the world, right? Please say I'm right.
I can't confirm that, but I can't disagree with you either. I don't know. This is... we don't have this in the side of the dream.
Do you have
This
other
is new
influence?
to me.
But what was it possible to, like in this world, all the dreams pour in some of their godly presence, so to speak. Although I'm still really not so much convinced about some of this stuff, but in these dreams, I could use my power of the sun, but it was not.
Of course, the dreams are all linked. Their power flows through each other, the magic flows through each other and into this world. Dreams are what the gods imagined for this world, but no singular god has a perfect vision for a world, so they...
Could the gods visit each other's dreams?
They could, but they rarely did. When they had to meet, they met in the premise.
But that's not out of necessity, like pure theoretically, because they don't want to be in a dream which is not theirs, they wouldn't go there. But if need were high,
Well, there were some... I mean, gods did have personal relationships with each other. I mean, they waged war against each other in some times. But they used us mortals to do so.
Shall we move to Woudford while we talk more?
Of course.
It's still a couple of hours.
Yeah, join us
I'm
for
feeling
that.
pretty well rested. So
Well, I don't feel rested, but I would feel much better going to Woudford.
Yeah, me too. Okay,
I
Petal, will you please
could,
join us for now still?
Yes, sure. I'm kind of interested in what the druid has to say to you. I never thought about asking these kinds of questions.
So I still had a question. You said there were two sides to the powers that I've been wielding, and I mean,
Well,
Are
one
we
of them
walking?
makes more sense now, having talked to Bowen. Because I think that power is similar to what
to that
he
of Aedon.
is channeling. Yeah.
Ha!
Have you ever met someone like me? I mean, I thought that I was human, but Urda told me that I wasn't. And I do have blue hair and yellow eyes, and I have these wings sometimes.
I've never met anyone like you, but I've heard about someone like you.
Angels of Aedon.
No, this was before Aedon. And
What?
there was this small group of mortals that tried to fight in the God War. And I don't mean the all-out war that raged over the continents here. I mean they actually fought with the gods, or for the gods, or against the gods. And I mean, not exactly like you, but there was one of them that resembles your description. Those wings and that other power you wield.
Do you know the name of this person?
You might have it at ready. Yeah, I know.
Well, that's interesting. I had a feeling where this might have been going to. So I was looking at my
I'll
notes.
take a look.
Yes.
Where?
Mystery search.
I think you mentioned this name once. It's not one I came up with.
Yes, I know where I mentioned it. I'm just looking it up.
So exciting. Are you
But
almost
other people ask questions. I'll look this up.
Yeah.
Are we
is what
walking by now?
Yeah,
we are.
you guys are walking towards.
So I say to those who there are quite a lot of you are wounded, right?
Yeah, and I'm now disappointed because you said bonfire. I'm going to start cooking, and now we're walking. What's happening?
Yeah. Okay. I
So
understand.
Thomas died, but now he's really mad.
Frustrated.
Yeah, that's Oldreef always wants to go on and on and on, but I want to stay in and have a decent meal. But we have to choose between an angel or just a cleric, and then we go for the angel, right? So
Also, I'm just hoping that we might link up with Eric at some point. So we have to get this.
No, makes sense. Makes sense.
But
You do
anyway,
you, I'm just watching Netflix right now, so
I think we had a short rest, right?
No.
Yes, we had.
Well,
Roger isn't listening.
Yeah.
We had a short rest, right?
Sure. This whole
They told me
conversation
the
counts
whole
as short
story.
rest. Yeah.
Yeah, of the whole dream story. So
Yeah, you don't. I said sure. You don't have to convince me. It's
okay.
I'm agreeing.
So after that, is someone still wounded or just too tired to do stuff? Because then otherwise I will do a disc and drag you behind me, which sounds like it's not comfortable, but it is. The same way I did. I transported battle for a while on a disc.
A floating disc.
Floating disc, yeah. Which
So,
is arcane magic. So anyone? Like Oldreef or Soulwing?
I'll take a bite.
I'm good.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Yeah,
Oh.
you can. Will you be sitting on my disc or not? Just to
No.
relax a while.
No.
Me neither.
Then no disc.
The forest does
Sorry,
seem to.
I thank you.
Wait, I have a better idea.
I do think-
I create a bonfire on my disc and
you
start
cook while
cooking
walking.
while we walk.
Yes.
Wow.
Smart.
Yes.
Smart.
Wow.
That's it.
Also,
Yes.
the forest seems to accommodate your passage. There's no beaten path to this place in the Woodward Forest. But suddenly branches go to the side and ease your passage throughout, and it seems way more accommodating than it was the first time when you got here.
After a time, a grainy soup with bits of salted chicken is starting to cook on the bonfire on the disc. So and this magnificent smell starts wafting through the forest. Well, I take
So
some herbs
weird.
from the side of the road and
Awesome.
drop them in, and I start whistling as we go along. Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
this
Do a
this
cooking
seems
check?
to, yeah, do that.
So the name that he might have mentioned is, and I don't know how I forgot this, but it's Sigmar,
Yes,
Ravensfinger.
I was Sigmar Ravensfinger.
which means victory.
Holy Sigmar.
Dang, only a 10. It might be because I'm moving or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's yeah. It should have
It's
let
a
you roll
strange
with
way to cook.
disadvantage, right? Yeah, but the 10 makes up for the disadvantage, and it's just an average meal. It's okay-ish.
It's so much better than
It-
Bowen's last meal.
Yeah, it's better than caterpillars and stuff like that.
I also asked other Bowen to cook for one time, and
It didn't work out. Well, as you guys are walking now, I actually want to show you something.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've prepared something new, and this is mostly for the players, but maybe the audience can get a kick out of it as well. So maybe turn your attention to Foundry for a second.
Oh.
Oh, what? Wait,
Hungry.
boundary.
Hungry.
We'll go here. Yeah. Oh, I don't know why that black screened, but then I'm gonna activate this.
whoa,
Hey, oh,
that's
cool.
cool. Wow.
nice.
That's
Oh,
awesome. Oh,
Yeah,
you,
that's
you did
very
went for
cool.
the scrolls. So
Yeah, because this is a smaller map. Yeah, Eric and I talked about this, but this map, the region map,
Wow.
Awesome.
and you
That's good.
guys are here at the moment, and you want to go over there. And if you click it, then you get a pop-up.
Oh, wow.
This is so
Oh,
cool.
that's so
I-
cool.
yeah.
I don't think it's
that's
readable on stream though, but it has some information about
yeah, it
the
is a readable
cities.
on stream.
It is? Okay.
That's cool.
Oh Lord! This is
If
so
you
awesome.
press Alt, you can see the hexes of all the city light up. The ones that are blue are actually filled in, so those you can read. The ones that are red, sadly, I haven't gotten to yet.
That's so cool.
That's super cool.
And to Roger's credit, he drew everything in Photoshop, so there are no
Yeah, this is-
external.
This is my
Things.
map. Everything you see here is hand drawn.
That looks very cool. But
That's cool.
That's
Awesome.
super well done.
Man, it looks so awesome in real life.
Yeah. Nice work, Roger.
I love the maps.
Yeah, and here Perrot, that's where it all started. Wait,
Yeah.
and then you went like this to Cabri.
Okay, so the rest of the evening will
Brewster.
just be scrolling through all the entries on this map.
Now you're here, and over here, of course, the almost infamous town of.
Rentwick.
Rentwick, it does have an entry.
Yeah, I already read it.
Read the first line. Read the first line.
Yeah, the first line is the best line.
It's a shithole. Knight Lieutenant Cormor, the Knight Templar Aedon.
Yeah, that's the Templar that you guys met.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Oh.
shithole. All right,
That's so
awesome.
cool.
That's super cool.
It's
Jose,
really
this is one of the most awesome things I've seen on stream as of yet.
We can
So-
see this.
Yeah, it's
ominous
almost,
purple blur near Soulford.
Yeah, that's the wound.
All right.
I used the purple houses as well for.
Yeah.
nice.
But even those things,
Cool.
those are all hand drawn, and I made some assets like a mage tower, some houses, and a cathedral, a fort, walls, and for each town I used a different
Threw them
item.
together. Very
Yeah,
cool.
true.
Super awesome.
Awesome.
Well done, man.
Yeah, the map can be way bigger. The original file is way bigger. It's the whole continent of the whole land of Estus, but time.
I was going to say that there's a small island.
No, on the full map, Ravensfinger Isle is of Venya.
Yeah, Isle.
It's there, but no, I didn't get to that region. You guys are playing here, so that was most important. But this
Yeah.
map will get updated over time and become bigger, and I'll fill in the towns, especially when you get there. Then I'll try to have an entry prepared. But like I said, it's a lot of work,
Cool.
and it's almost a shame
That's
that we
cool.
can't have this on a website or something like that. People that
We
watch
can.
this stream that, yeah, you can, but I don't know how. But if
We can
someone
make a
can figure it
website
out,
out of it. Yeah. We need to make a
Oh.
website out of it.
that would be kind of cool, I think.
Let's do it.
But I'll give you guys 5 minutes to play around with it. I'm gonna take a short break. You might
Yeah.
as well. But
We'll see, yes.
we'll be back in, like I said, 5 minutes. So see you then. Stick around. Enjoy the music by Stone Golem. Check out the website. They're awesome. And thanks again for letting us use their music. See you soon.
Just wait until you're ready.
And we're back.
Whoa!
Hey.
Yeah, before we continue, one more thing about the map. What I would like to have is maybe some token of the group. Like maybe a logo of some kind, or maybe you guys want to think about a name for the group. But I can put that on the map here and show you where you are at the moment. Like I could, for instance, I could grab Kiss and then put Kiss over here, which is kind of where you are.
So I actually have a name for our group, maybe.
Here it comes.
I try to incorporate it in a normal sense, and I'm dead serious about this one. So before you start laughing because you're thinking that I'm making a joke, just think about it for a couple of seconds before you do, or maybe you will start nodding like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." So here it comes. Now I have to laugh. That totally spoils it.
I'm scared actually.
So we're kind of a team, right? And we're going into dreams. So that makes us the dream team.
Awesome. Sorry.
I think it's quite good.
Okay, Eric, what was your idea for a name?
No. It's Dream Team now. It's Dream Team now. That's so awesome. And if we walk through the rain, it will be the Wet Dream Team.
Okay, you ruined it.
Yeah, we can't
But
say
I'm
anything
actually,
more than
it's like the Mighty Nine or Vox Machina, they're all, well, not really
ridiculous.
a thing.
But
Yeah.
you know why? Because they make up their own names, and
And then
I
this
always like
happens.
it. I always like it more when a name is you are given a name.
No, it's the Dream Team now.
I
I
don't
think
think
we should be the dream team.
I fully support Dream Team.
Okay, let's shall we table
Dream
this
team going
discussion
once?
then? It's something to. It's not that bad actually. It's
No. I don't think so
I
either.
expected worse.
It's a bit
completely
meta,
honest.
but
I had lower expectations of this group.
Well, it's something with Dream Team.
I don't think that Oddleaf would ever
Dreamwalkers,
use the word team.
that's kind of the meta name, It's
Yeah, it's awesome. I
you
like
prefer-
it.
Okay,
Dream
working
Puppet.
title. I accept working title.
Dream Puppet.
Let's use Kiss as a logo for now, because I mean,
this is always cool.
it's Kiss. Yeah. So
I keep petting Kiss. I'm enjoying my time with Kiss. I'm letting him fly. I'm whistling him back to me and doing stuff with him all the time. You get a sense that Bowen, even though he didn't experience anything, kind of feels like he missed Kiss for a while, and tries to comfort him, give him some attention and stuff. So yeah, he's doing that.
yeah, Kiss is happy with it. Kiss seems at ease, calm, and he seems glad to see you as well. It's almost as if he's been neglected for a while.
All the attention now.
Yeah. I'm gonna swap us over to the screen again. So yeah, you continue along this shorter journey, and you continue talking with the druid. So he says about he was talking to Oddleaf about that there was once a human with wings that was fighting in the God War called Sigmar Ravensvanger. And the most notable thing about him, apart from his wings, was that he wielded a spear. A spear that bears striking resemblance to the one you're wielding right now.
But that's all he says. So he's like, yeah, this.
No,
is
yeah,
my
he was
wooden
part
spear.
of a group. I'm not saying it was a dream team, but he was part of a group of other individuals that.
The 18.
Yeah, it was. They had. He wait, I'll do this in character. So yeah, I'm not sure what their role in it all was, but they seem to know more about what was going on, and they might even have tried to help the gods in a way. But I don't know what became of them. Or I do know that they probably didn't succeed.
I don't know what happened to them either. The one you're talking about, that you're speaking of, Sigmar Ravensvanger, he's my ancestor. And I've actually been, and the spear you were mentioned is probably this spear. This is his spear. And I'm mentioned towards the spear. I want to know what happened to him. And that's why I set out on this journey in the first place.
And why did you want to know?
I don't even know. Nobody seems to talk about it in my family. His spear was above the mantelpiece for as long as I can remember. And well, all we know is that he fought in the God War and never returned. And
Spear did.
I think the family just assumed that he was a regular soldier or whatever in the war and perished. And then maybe one of his friends brought the spear back. I don't know. And they hung it on the mantelpiece almost as a warning. Stay in trade, Ravensfangers. Don't go into war. You know? As a warning. But I felt that there was more there to it. For as long as I can remember, I felt that there must be more to me. And for some reason, I feel that tied to this story. At least that's what my young mind made of it when I was still a young
your
girl.
Guts. Probably. You had a gut feeling.
Yes.
Then I think you should follow this path.
But anything that you can remember of his whereabouts?
If he
places
fought
to-
in the God War, and if he knew and opposed O'Cool, then learning about story of your ancestor might lead you to learn how to defeat O'Cool.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I wasn't in this in the first place to defeat O'Cool, but after everything that I've seen and what we have done, I do feel that we might be the only ones that can actually do something. But we can't do anything. We're nobodies.
No, we are not.
Are you
We have you,
nobodies?
Oldleaf. No, we are not. And I'll tell you why. Because by now, we know that part of your magic, even though it's different from mine in a couple of ways, comes from a source that's so similar to that of Aedon's that it might be Aedon's. Your ancestor has fought against gods and has granted you some semblance of the same power. And you have already manifested wings that support the fact that even though you might not call it an angel or something, you're on a righteous path towards a glorious future where we might be able to defeat a source that causes wounds in this world. You might not be an angel of Aedon per se, but in this time, you are kind of an angel that fights the same battle that Aedon wants me to fight, for example. In a sense, I'm not saying I was meant to fight in a war for Aedon, but it all makes sense. And we're together, so we can achieve great things. That's all I wanted to say.
Your Bowen is somewhat correct here, even though he just focuses on you. Look at the others. I mean,
Well, I know the others.
He points at Solwing. He says he is carrying Altazar's flame, and he's almost an Oneir like me. And you, Bowen, are something else, something linked to the dreams, but not. And you're not normal either. None of you are nobodies.
Yeah, I was just trying to tell Aldreef because she's always having her doubts, but I know Solwing is special as well.
Then it's decided. We are the not nobodies.
Uh-oh.
Just
The
throwing out a
no-nobodies.
team name.
The
Yeah,
no
the not nobodies. The no nobodies.
I'm not one to believe in fate or destiny or stuff like that. But I do believe in people and their purpose. And I think your purpose is bigger than what you envision for yourself right now.
I think that fate happens along the way.
I hear what you're all saying, but I'm just a simple playwright. I mean, I never set out to become anything.
That's why fate happens along the way.
It's almost like one of the stories, you know?
But something or someone infused you with this purpose.
That could be, but
And it's up
I
to you
do
to
feel
realize it. Or let it
exactly
go to waste.
exactly that. We have potential, but we're not. I mean, I just heard someone saying that we might defeat Okul, and from what I've experienced from it, I wouldn't even know where to begin. And maybe we could reach such a potential. Maybe.
You already have begun. Okul has seen you. His eye shone its light upon you. He knows who you are. He knows what you are. And
So,
he fears you. He sent his disciple to kill you.
I think Audrey was referring to her book that she wrote, The Huntress Nadaline, which was about a young girl who was not a huntress at all, but woke up one morning, and when she stepped outside, her house disappeared behind her, and her path made her into a huntress as she went along, and finally she defeated the creature that stood in her way to her house at the end of the road. The unnamed entity that stalked her all her life. So there you have your parallel, Audrey.
thank you for reminding me of that story, Bo. I forgot you were a fan
I read that story about
Of
10
my-
times, you know.
of my earlier work. Yes, it seems so, Bowen. Interesting. Very interesting.
And of course, you could always choose to do nothing and settle down. But
I think
you started
I
this
think-
journey for a reason, Oddleaf. You were
Yes.
already doing nothing. But something
Yes.
within you stirred you on, put you on this path.
Well, yes. I also want to touch on the other power that you mentioned, the one that seemed corrupted by Okul.
Not by Okul, it seems similar to Okul's corruption.
Yes. So
Which is concerning.
I've had contact with an entity of sorts. I've never really seen it. It seems bigger than what my mind can perceive. It calls itself Otur and is related to Okul.
Okul
And what
Othur.
I know of this entity, sorry?
Okul and Othur.
Yes. His
Only
name does not ring a bell.
Othur doesn't ring a bell.
From what I know, he seems trapped, and he seems to be opposing Okul.
Well,
In a way, he's also the one that has sent me on this journey.
that is strange. But it's, I mean, we don't know, I don't know what Okul exactly is. But it could be that there's more of him. He's outside gods. Or something else.
Yeah, Oddleaf asked that earlier, but I think it got. What do you mean with outside?
Like, he didn't come from a dream. So the dream projects or creates, the dreams project or create this reality.
But I think that what Solwing is asking, in what, right?
No. What I was asking, because you were talking about gods before, and that Okul came.
asking where Okul came from is the same thing as asking where the gods came from.
Yeah, but you.
And both questions might have the same answer or an entirely different answer.
No, I thought that you knew where the gods came from.
No, I know that they came to this world and shaped it. The gods were the architects of this world, of Aedon. But why they came here,
And
why they
weird,
gave life and death and all the elements to this world, I don't know.
and this weird blackness with these balls in it with the tentacles that we saw when you were protecting us. The place that we ended up into. What is that?
That is the... Yeah, there are many names for it, but we call it the astral plane. That is where all the worlds are.
All the worlds are in the astral plane?
And all the suns, yes.
So next to the world.
It's what you see in the night sky. When you look at the stars, those stars are other suns. And these suns might have other worlds.
No, there are no other suns. This is going too far. There's only one sun, which brings everything.
No, there's only one sun that was Altazar's, and that's this sun. Maybe he had more, but for the last millennia, he was working on this one.
Okay, so the rest are his too.
This plane, this area is the domain of gods. They travel through this. They come to worlds and give them life through their dreams.
Hey, there's so much story added here that my mind is kind of blown right now.
Me too.
More suns, more worlds, stories about dreams, there being no 17th one and stuff. I have no idea. In this premise or something, gods, non-gods, neutral powers. I believe you in everything you say. You seem like an honest person, but it's
well, I didn't
it's a bit
get
much.
to experience this myself. It's something that Alaris taught me. Or a part of me.
I think we might all need some time.
I wasn't always like this. I was once a human, like you are. But when the Godfall happened, not all entities of the gods could survive. Those linked closest to their power faded with them. And some fled and took posts. So, in a way, I am two spirits living in one body. It's called an Onir.
And you said that I was similar, but I have only one spirit.
Well, you are similar, though I don't think you are an Onir. Maybe not yet. It seems that your flame is more only the power side and not the soul of the flame.
Wait, so you say that an Onir is two spirits in one body?
Yes.
And I immediately look over at Bowen, and he is not an Onir?
I look away.
Yeah,
I don't think so. There's nothing.
He is literally what you
divine
described.
about
Two spirits in one body.
No.
I mean,
from what I've heard, I think that he is one spirit in one body that was shattered. Split in two. So he's two half spirits in one body.
What?
well, that also seems fitting. But
I would have liked to have made a better suit.
We talk to each other. We have a symbiotic relationship.
Here we go again. Maybe we should just walk to Gunter. Maybe that's easier.
I do understand what Bowen is saying. I don't even know what to say or ask anymore. And I mean, a couple of hours ago we were fighting for our lives, seeing an entire world being swallowed by this nightmare. If you
what we
are
saw.
available, I hope we can talk about this later when we...
What we saw during that battle, it looked like O'Cool has done it before. Like he consumed many worlds already. And
now we're talking
Aedon
about
is
worlds.
just his next target.
So like with the other sons and stuff.
Well, we did see other worlds writhing with tentacles and eyes and changed completely into his vision, his dream, his
But
nightmare.
Also, an entity that powerful could basically just show us whatever he wants to.
yeah,
That is
that
true.
makes sense. But if it would have taken other worlds, would it have been necessary to do that through dreams as well? Do other worlds have dreams?
I would assume so. Other worlds would have their own gods, their own architects.
More gods?
Maybe.
Really, let's continue on our way to Outford and...
I kind of you see Bowen like kind of looking away by now. He's
Too
trying
much.
to
Yeah.
actively not get any more information into his head.
Yeah, so you continue along the journey in somewhat silence, I guess. It's still
I have
a couple
one
of
more
hours walk until you see the smoke plumes of Woutford through the trees, which is good. It's just chimney smoke. It's calm down.
I have one more thing to say before we enter, because we touched upon this a little bit earlier. When you said that O'Cool has his eye on us and that we might actually be having a purpose to defy him. If we reach that potential that we could actually do something, because I understand that you now need to return to your home world and defend the tree, but can we call upon you if we ever would make such a move?
Of course. And you say homeworld, but I am of, like I said, both worlds. I was born here, and I was born in the dream.
Yes.
Yeah, but
That-
with your that's right.
No, if you want to conclude this conversation, or then ask. I just want to
I just wanted to
switch
say
conversation.
Yeah, you can call upon me.
Good.
So, tying into that, let's say that after a while, Oddleaf just switches the conversation to setting up some sort of trade arrangement with the Ravensfangers and the Endless Forest, and just talks about our experience with the Nero and what we can do for them, and that we are trustworthy and what kind of people we are.
Well, Battle
On our
seems
island.
enthusiastic. She has sampled some of your foods and stuff, which she's interested in, and she's quite sure you can figure something out. And
I tell her
maybe
about
when we're-
my old, my older and my younger brother. My older brother who does most of the court stuff in Halderon, and my younger brother who does more of the trading. So I would send a message to him in Ravensfinger Island and maybe have him come over personally. That sort of stuff.
well, yeah, cool.
But we can work on that.
Yeah, let's just get to Woodford now, right? Because when it's turning dark a little bit, which would mean it's about 5 o'clock during the day, you reach Watford. You see first the smoke rising from the chimneys, and then you see the wooden wall and the big buildings rising from them. There's this temple, if you remember, that has this giant tree growing out of it. It was the old temple to Elris. And you see the hunting hall with the triangle roof rising above the city walls. And you reach city walls at some point. They're still open, and you can just walk in. The guards give you a weird glance, but otherwise they just nod a hello.
Yeah, as I near Woutford, my gaze nearly breaks through the walls towards the point where the what was it called? The paladin quarters are, so to say.
It's the Knightly Order. It's the Cobalt Shield garrison, which is directly next to the gate. It's on the left as you enter. Let's see. You can pull up the map.
Yeah.
And if I put it on stream. Whoop. So, that's... I need to open it in this window. There. So here, this is the map of Woutford. And number 7 over here. Oh, you can't see my mouse cursor. It doesn't capture it. That's but number 7 on the map is the Cobalt Garrison. This is where the Knightly Order of the Cobalt Shield resides. The Cobalt Shield is a Knightly Order and serves of the Queen. That serves as the Queen's Shield. They are the first and the last defense of the royal armies. And the specialization is defense. And they have garrisons in most major cities. And Woutford isn't considered a major city because it's not that big. But they still have a garrison, apparently. So, yay.
Yeah.
But as you see on the map, it's right near the entrance. So you can just take left and then...
So as soon as we step through the gate, I look at the others and I say, let's get this over with. Pull the band-aid off, as it were.
Well, as you approach the garrison, which is this big barracks-like building, there's some horse stables to the side, or the where you tie up the horses. What's it called again? Horse stand. Anyway, there's a couple of horses over there, but one other creature that takes your eye, and that's a great white lion.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
It's really, really out of context, and it doesn't seem at all appropriate to the surroundings, but it's just it's lying on its belly, but much like a cat would do.
And it's literally a white lion.
It's somewhat bigger than a lion, but yes.
And does it have a saddle on it?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes, yeah, it has a saddle.
Has a saddle on it.
Yeah.
A white lion with a saddle on it.
Can I make?
It has somewhat.
What do I know?
It has a somewhat spotted fur now. It's not completely white, but and white's maybe it's more white goldish, but a little like a golden retriever. I would imagine.
Okay.
Not that.
I rolled for knowledge on lions, and I got a 8.
8. Well, lions are native to the savannah. This is not a savannah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I was veering towards the big building, and suddenly the lion catches my eye, and I just veer to the other side, just walk towards it, mouth agape, and not thinking about any danger or stuff. Just
As you approach, and it just lifts its head lazily, it opens its black eyes and regards you for a moment, and then just lays its head down again.
It looks really fluffy, doesn't it, guys?
It does look really fluffy.
I start stroking it.
I'm solving also.
I look surprised, but I mean, we were here to do a thing. And I understand that Bowen might not feel as pressured to do it, but
Oddly,
What?
you are completely right, but you should always enjoy the little moments like these. Have you ever seen such a creature? It's magnificent.
Well, Bowen, you are allowed to make a religion check if you want. But only
Yes, I like
if you would
religion
say, I know nothing about this, so screw you, DM.
I've read a lot, so
Yeah.
12 plus 7 is a 19.
19, that's pretty good. Well, you have heard about this branch of Knight Templar that rides lions.
Wow.
There's some elite Knight Templar called the Celeri Leones, and they apparently ride lions.
Past lions.
they are also known as the awesomest knightly order.
Yeah, probably.
That is their nickname. That is true.
I just stare in awe, and I just start reciting stuff from books that I've read. Like I'm going so, and so the lion strode into the village, carrying its companion and master, with great grandeur towards the negotiation between the tradesmen and blah blah. Blah. And I go on about some kind of story that I read somewhere, and I end with Celeri Leonis. Yep. And then I stand up and I walk. I turn around and I start walking to the building again.
Right. Well, the guard at the entrance recognizes you guys and says, you're back.
Yes, we need to. Is Sir Gunther still here?
Yes, he's still in the infirmary, but he's feeling a lot better.
That's good to hear. We need
Strange
to talk
question.
To
How long were we away?
About a week or so.
Okay.
From what I gather, he's kind of worried, but
yeah.
he's
I hope he got the message, though. Anyway,
about the message.
we need to talk to him right now.
Well, yeah, go right inside.
I
Hold
take
up. Who are you? And he asks the druid. And the druid responds, I'm Sam Perkins. I'm with them.
He's with us.
Yep.
And then he looks from the druid to you, Oldleaf, and back, and he says, fair enough.
Although you should see him in his bear form. And then I walk past.
It's what? It's fine. There's a bird person walking with you guys, so why not? Right?
There's a lion outside. We're walking with a bird person.
Stuff is
strange
happening.
anymore.
Apparently, he's fine with it. So you go inside. You take a left and a right. Walk straight ahead and straight into the infirmary. You have to ask around, and it seems that Gunther was given his private room, so you're given directions to that, and soon after you reach that destination, and
I go up to the door, and my hand goes up to knock. but I hesitate. And yeah, as soon as I see Bowen move, I knock. Gunther, are you in?
Oddleaf, is that you, my dear? Please, enter, enter.
I open the door and step into the room.
I follow.
What do we see?
I kind of stay at the entrance.
What do you see is an excellent question. You see Gunther. Take a look at the stream where you can see Gunther.
Oh wow! Oh wow, that's amazing.
That's very cool.
It's another cool one.
Yeah. Wow, that's a nice upgrade.
What
Oh,
an
his
amazing
face, man. All those
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah.
He's really old. He's less smooth than the other Gunther was.
Yeah.
This is how I originally envisioned him, but I just ran out of time before we started streaming way back in episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to say that the original drawing of Gunther is still one of my favorites because it's so sad.
Yeah.
But I love this
well,
one. The details on this one are obviously much.
Michel, if it's any consolation, you will be making him much sadder than he was in the picture. So
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's exactly what I'm.
And he's still sad. This new
We are
He's still
procrastinating.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't look very happy.
No,
Well, as soon as
No, it's amazing drawing.
yeah, as soon as you open the doors, Gunther says, "Oh, come in, Oddleaf, and Bowen, and Solwing. Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. And Thomas, enter. Thomas, where are you?"
And then Oddleaf just falls apart and starts crying. And
I take a step forward and say, Gunther Thomas is dead.
Okay. Gunther had a moment of joy in his face, and suddenly he turns, well, all white, all color is drained from his face, and he says, I'm sorry, Solwing, I think I didn't understand you properly.
I'm sorry to
He
bring
said
it.
he's dead.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to bring it so sudden and so rash, but it's we don't know how to tell you this.
Well, Gunther was in the process of standing up from his chair that he was sitting in, but he falls back into his chair and he quietly stares at the ground, and you see tears welling up his eyes, and he said, "That cannot be. It cannot be."
We must tell you how it happened.
But
And
it's
I'm not
around
good
this
at
time
this, so
that you notice that there's another person in this room, also sitting on a chair. And yeah, well, he's regarding you guys. Yeah, maybe Eric, you want to give a description?
Okay. You see, well, a large, tall person, as tall as Bowen, so that's very tall. And he has almost a golden-hued skin, not sparkly, but yeah, a bit golden-colored skin. He has pointed ears, but not as pointed as you would normally see with the elven kind. He has red hair tied up in a knot, or a pony. Yeah, ponytail sounds a bit.
Yeah, well, this
girly,
it is
yeah,
a ponytail.
Yes.
Yeah.
but he has a tail, and he wears almost Roman-like armor. So, like Romans, the Romans that we know from our reality. Only the armor is covered in, well, the signs of Aedon. So there are Aedon marks all over it. And across one shoulder, he wears a lion's pelt that hangs around his shoulder and extends to his back, where he wears it like a cape, and it looks like the pelt from. Well, it resembles the pelt from the lion that you saw in front of the in front of the complex.
I see. They recycle their mounts.
No, this is not actual fur. This is faux fur.
Yeah. We do not condone fur, or we do not condone.
So, but yeah. Continue.
Yeah, but he slowly regards every one of you, and he takes in the sight. He doesn't announce himself yet, as he sees that this is a painful moment for Sir Gunther. So he just sits there in silence and lets you guys speak it out with Bowen.
But first, it's a nice description and all, but let's take a look at what he looks like from your imagination.
Yeah.
There he
wow.
is.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
That's very cool.
That's
Yeah.
very cool indeed.
He looks like a guy that can actually do some combat. Like, he looks like the guy you would want to have when you go out into a strange world fighting monsters and stuff.
It's
I like the Aedon symbols all over him.
Well, I mean,
Seems like Bowen has
Well,
a new
on the
ally.
shoulder are actually markings denoting his rank. But on his wrist is, of course, the symbol.
He's rank 2.
And the lion head on the sword.
yeah,
Cool.
that's gorgeous.
I'm most impressed by the lion. Nice Aedon symbols and stuff, but the
lion pelt.
lion pelt and yeah,
I like his expression.
this is cool, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
no, that like the picture is.
A good depiction of an half elf, by the way.
Yeah.
Eric exchanged one badass for another badass.
Yeah, sorry, can only play badasses on the stream.
But now you can do it smiting.
24/7, 365
I'm
days a
guessing.
year.
I'm guessing. Cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. man.
He
Very
looks
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
You did a good description as well.
Yeah, I just looked at the picture and I just said what I saw. That's
Worked for like a charm.
Yeah, definitely.
Very,
So, yeah.
very cool.
It's okay.
Okay.
Well, then as soon as I noticed the stranger, I just nodded him, and then I start telling the story because Oddleif is still teary
What?
and Bowen wasn't there. So
I move sideways into the room to stand next to this person.
okay. As soon as Bowen enters, you see the half elf look at you for a moment and then nod in your direction, like a nod of camaraderie.
At any moment in the next few minutes, I will put my left hand on his shoulder and cast guidance on him, just to kind of comfort guidance.
On Gunther or on the half elf?
On the half elf.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just through familiarity, nothing strange, but
Just channeling some of Aedon's light into a fellow of the laity.
Okay.
sorry.
No, you see that he accepts it fully, and he starts muttering under his breath, and you notice he is muttering a prayer to Aedon. I'm going full Aedon, boys.
Oh my god.
I'm feeling blessed. But now for the sad
2v2.
part.
I feel so
Outnumbered?
like I got backstabbed by my own friend. Which makes the loss of Thomas even worse now.
Okay,
No,
but into
so at
the
one
moment.
point before
Yeah,
Solwing starts out with the story, I just mentioned that Gunther, you meant the world to Thomas, and this this should have never happened. I just want you to know, he wanted you to know that he loved you very much, and he thanks you for everything that you did.
Okay, you see him. Yeah, he's all out crying right now. He's sobbing. He's not even trying to compose himself. His tears are streaming down his face, and he's muttering things like, "He was like a son to me, and why is he taken away from me? I could have I could have showed him the good examples, and I could have steered him towards the light. And why did it happen? Why him, not me?" And he just keeps muttering on like that for a while.
I let them mutter for a while, and as soon as the muttering stops, I tell the story of Thomas, and I tell it like it was like we were not involved, like we were just bystanders. So
Mhm.
I start the story with after bringing his master to the sick bay because he was so very ill, Thomas saved the princess from a criminal hideout. That princess asked him to save yet another being, the druid, who was the master of a realm. And so he went. And so I tell the whole story because I'm not going to do the whole story. Sorry.
No, not sorry. That's good. We only have so much time left.
Yeah, and then I end with, and when things got worse, at the worst, and all our lives were in peril, and then I really gesture to us standing in the room. It was Thomas that came through and fought off all the enemies so that we could live, and tell you what a great knight Thomas had become.
Okay, well, Sir Gunther fell silent during your whole story, and he listened, captivated all the way, and still tears streaming down his face. He stands up, he goes over to you, Solwing, and he gives you a big hug, like a real bear hug,
I
if you let him.
Yeah, I let him, and then when I'm in the hug, I gently turn my head and start tapping
I was
Gunther's
waiting for
head.
that. Yeah, awesome.
Don't ruin the moment, Roger. It's beautiful.
I was waiting for that. It was awesome. So awesome.
And after he let's go of Solwing, he also embraces Bowen, and he embraces Oddleaf, and he says, "You were true friends to him, and it means the world to me that you were with him at the end. Though it saddens me that I wasn't there to help him or to save him."
Actually, I wasn't there when it happened, and I feel kind of guilty because of that. Because you never know what I could have done, or you know.
The fact
So
You were
sorry.
there and you did all you could, Bowen. But we would have all perished if it wasn't for Thomas. And Gunther, we wanted to bring him back. We really wanted to bring him
I
back.
tried everything. I tried to bring him back in so many ways. I tried to help him in so many ways, and I'm sorry I couldn't do it. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Oddleaf. I know you did all you could, and Thomas died the way he was, helping others, uh, looking after each other, looking after you all. And I couldn't have been more proud of him than I am at this moment. Well, silence. It falls a bit silent, and he looks at all of you appreciatively. Still, tears are welling up his eyes, but the look on his face are an equal measure of grief and pride, I think. And he looks at you all, well, like a loving grandpa would. So, yeah, he accepts the story and he accepts your presence in this room, and yeah, he appreciates that you. He doesn't use the words, but you can feel that he appreciates that you are all here with him. After a while, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. This whole news has, yeah, it took me by storm. But I must introduce our guest here." And he points towards the half elf, well, sitting partially awkwardly in the chair. Yeah, he adjusts his sitting a couple of times, like, I don't know what I have to do with this situation. And as soon as he gets announced he gets the attention from Sir Gunther, he stands to attention. Really military-like, so he stands, he clicks his heels, and he says, Knight Lieutenant Quintus Pontifex Maximus, at your service. And he makes a courteous bow.
Oddleif Ravensvanger, and I make a bow. A pleasure to meet you,
My name is Solwing.
Quintus.
Quintus, yes.
Bowen Goodhart from the Greenhold Cloister, in service of Aedon, of course.
Yes, Brother Bowen. And you must be the illustrious Solwing, right? I've heard all about you and your exploits. All of you. I am sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. I wished I could have met Thomas. He sounds like an interesting person.
He had his flaws, but he certainly was.
Well, wherever he go, the light of Aedon will shine upon him. I am sure of that.
As do I.
Oddleif does wince at the words that Bowen said about him having flaws.
Yes, everybody has flaws, but they are all forgiven in the end by Aedon, by Holy Aedon. He says, Brother Bowen, will you join me in prayer?
Oh, gladly. Yes.
Oh my god!
Yes.
The Quintus extends his hand and towards Bowen, and he extends his hand towards Oddleif, and he says, "Join me in the circle, in the prayer circle, please."
I don't know if you want me there.
Of course, you're welcome.
We're all invited to the prayer
Come
of
on,
Aedon.
join us in prayer.
Oddleif.
I think I need to be with our other friend, but I will. Is the druid there?
Yeah, he was shifting about uncomfortably, just looking at stuff that was laying about the room, and eventually he sat down and listened to Solwing's story.
Well, I don't wanna seem rude, and I take his hand and I join in the circle. But if you have a high enough insight check, you can probably see that I'm not super into it, and I'd rather be somewhere else.
The druid does join in, as does Petal.
Okay. Wow.
That's Sir Gunther.
Sir Gunther does join in the circle, but as soon as Quintus closes his eyes to start a prayer, he looks over at the rest of you, and he kind of you kind of see him sigh a bit. Not he doesn't sigh literally, but you see him do like this.
The druid never closes his eyes. He's just looking around. What is going on?
Yeah. Oddleaf's the same. She doesn't close her eyes. She meets Gunther's gaze. And even though it's super heavy and dramatic, she almost winks and gives him a sort of smile, like, let's, almost making it the ceremony a bit ridiculous. Wow. I mean, that's not really what she's trying to do, but...
For Petal, it's a moment of remembrance, a moment of honoring Thomas. So she just joins in because she wants to do something for Thomas, and this is apparently the way it is on this world.
Well,
the druid is just curious and being polite, so he's joining in.
Solwing does not join in. Solwing waits until Gunther actually enters the circle, and then nods approvingly, and then sits in his meditative state, and you see a little bit of the sun flaring from my hands while I do my own remembrance of Thomas. Because I'm not going to do that Aedon stuff. That's not the sun.
But do you want to say prayer, Eric?
Quintus first asks, Bowen, as you are the friend of Thomas, do you want to say the prayer?
I can even do it in your Serari Lioness his way.
Okay. Then start off, shall we?
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata!
Okay, I
Means
did
no
not
worries.
see that one coming.
It means no worries, oh holy Aedon.
For the rest of our days, it's a problem-free prayer to Aedon. Hakuna Matata.
Okay,
Amen. That was beautiful, brother Bowen.
Let's call this a proxy
canon.
player. It's no. This is proxy. This is in lieu of an actual prayer, because it doesn't sound like this, but I appreciate.
Okay, but now Quintus says, and I want to add something to that. Oh, holy Aedon, blessed be thy light. One of thy sons has been taken from us, and has been sent to you towards the holy light. He is in a better place now, and he will be remembered as the greatest warrior that has ever lived in the holy service of Aedon. Please accept him in your halls. And remember, we will one day join you and him for all eternity. Amen.
I actually look a bit scared at this intensity.
All right.
Beautiful, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Knight
brother
Captain.
Bowen. But you can say Knight Lieutenant. That's okay with you.
Thank you, Knight Lieutenant.
Thank you, brother.
Actually, he wasn't the greatest warrior that ever lived, you know?
In the eyes of Aedon, everybody that dies in his service is the greatest warrior that ever lived.
I don't know that passage.
Then you haven't paid attention on school, Bowen.
I certainly did. I would have remembered if I didn't.
Maybe I should teach you the correct ways of Aedon then in the coming days.
Well, you know, maybe we have quite different interpretations of what's the right way to worship Aedon, but I think I know how to worship Aedon the best. Between us, that is.
Different interpretations about how you can worship Aedon. I don't know how you are so disillusioned, but as I said, I will teach you the ways of Aedon.
I also want to point out that one of the tenets of Aedon is you shall be modest, but you're both failing greatly at this now.
Yeah.
It's-
Wow. So I'm loving everything I'm seeing here. How-
Not the best, but the best between us two, you know?
well, yeah.
But you
This
all
could have
might.
been such a beautiful bromance, and it turned into.
I
a
feel kind of a
competition.
Porta Strife thing happening here.
But you all might wonder why I am here.
Yes.
Oh, by the way,
Um,
as a part of the ritual, I cast Bane. By the way, just to spice things up a bit.
On who?
No.
Really?
No, not really. But yeah, you were saying, Quintus.
Yes. I. Oh yeah. Sorry. So you might be wondering why I am here. I was sent by the church by Celebrin and Cormar.
Celia Bryn. And
Sorry.
Cormar.
Celia Bryn and Cormar.
Ah,
The
okay.
names are coming back to me.
I think we met her.
And
Yeah, they informed the church that they encountered a group who ran into trouble, and the trouble was a wound on this world, or a creature from the wound of this world. And the church is concerned that this contagion might spread, and they want to, well, they want to battle this threat head on. So they sent me as a liaison to, to aid you in your efforts.
Well, and I look over at the druid, and I look over at the druid and just marvel at the coincidence and the talk that we had earlier about coincidences and not really believing in fate, but things just happen, right? And now we were talking about fighting Oku, perhaps, and now finding this knight here who wants to join us. So, well, we would welcome all the help, but to be honest, I've no idea where we're going or what we're going to do.
Well, as the church observed the last couple of weeks, is that your group seems to attract trouble, and they are very interested how this all will unfold, and they, wanted us to have. They wanted you to have a companion on the road.
Yeah,
Oh,
they want the eyes on us.
At
You're
the
a
one
spy.
hand,
I am not a spy per se, but it might be prudent to say that the church
Doesn't trust us
stories.
and has sent you
on the
to
one
make
hand,
sure.
we would have long evenings of philosophical and theological debate at hand, which kind of makes me happy. On the other hand, there's already a brother of the faith in this group.
Yes, but the church wanted they wanted to be represented by a senior member. So, or
Yeah, they don't trust us, Bowen. They feel we're not.
I'm a brother of
experienced.
Aedon. I can always be trusted.
as
You have already made a blatant lie, even though it was in the speech for our dear friend Thomas.
I haven't lied one bit. This is
There
what
you
I
go
believe.
again.
This is what I believe, and I do think your faith is
Well,
wavering.
while this is going on, Solwing stands up from his meditation, walks up to Gunther, and whispers in his ear, "If Thomas doesn't want to go to the halls of Aedon, the sun will bless him wherever he goes." While they are arguing, it's like
Bowen
I
says,
don't know what this
sorry.
ritual is, but if this is like tribute,
Yeah, Sir Gunther says, "That's much appreciated, believe me."
I look over. Oddleaf looks over at Sir Gunther as they are comparing sizes of their faith, and actually ask him, Sir Gunther. I assume you've spoken, or maybe even know, the Knight Lieutenant here. What do you think?
Well, I do think we can use all the help we can get now, especially now that we lost Thomas. We are encountering strange creatures on the road, and I am a bit worried. And the church has come to our aid once before, and it might come in handy to keep on close at hand. And I know he can be a bit of a pompous arse, and he looks at Quintus, and Quintus says, "No offense taken."
Okay, I can appreciate it.
I thought you kind of disliked the paladin hoods of this
I do. I
country.
dislike them. I dislike them with almost all my heart. But I know of this knight, and I know his exploits, and I believe he is a true warrior. But yeah, we might need the church.
Quintus, I have a very important question.
Yes.
Is the super cute fluffy lion mount outside yours?
Yes, Aegis, you mean? Sorry. Aegis, my proud lion. Yeah. That's my lion.
Aegis.
That's awesome, you guys.
A name that I just invented on the spot. Aegis.
Well, we could see you.
Which means shield, right?
Yes,
So that's
I know.
cool. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Aegis.
Aegis is my trusty companion.
Is it a he or she?
It's an it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I also, Aegis's father, or mother, or whatever, Aegis's predecessor, was also my mount, and he pets the fur on his shoulder.
Oh, so it is real fur.
Yeah.
They do recycle their mounts. Yeah. Okay.
We do condone things.
What is happening? What is happening?
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. But I will let you have your moment with Sir Gunther. I made the proper introductions. I will be returning to my quarters now, and we will all be leaving tomorrow morning, yes?
Well,
Are you okay to travel, Gunther?
Gunther says, yes, I am okay to travel right now.
you'll be going with us. I asked Gunther.
I do want to go to Brentwick. Yeah, Brentwick.
Yeah,
I
Brunswick.
do want to finish my journey to Brentwick, and
Okay.
Then it would be our honor to accompany you to finish this quest.
Yeah.
We start together.
thank you.
And you are welcome to join us as I turn my attention to the Knight Lieutenant.
Thank you kindly for your invitation, my lady. And he makes a courteous bow, and he says, I will be going to my quarters now. I will see you all tomorrow morning. Clicks his heels, and he turns away, and he strides out of the room.
Yeah.
Zealot.
Salad, but yeah.
Zealot. Sorry.
Takes one to know one.
Don't go there, Solwing. Don't go there.
So, shall we end the session here and continue in 2
Well,
weeks? Or do you
I've
have
got two
closing
two.
those things?
Closing remarks.
I have to have one in-character question so I can do some stuff for my character in between sessions, if I can. And that's, I ask Altrief, so you were mentioning this wizard that you met during that fight where Thomas died. Did that wizard perhaps have a spellbook?
Yes, he did.
Can I
And
take a look at it at some time?
yes, I handed over.
Oh!
Yeah, I have
I
it.
see.
With, I put it in one of my book cases. I mean, I have these essentials.
Owen looks like he's in the candy shop, so to say. Yeah.
I might want to try and have a look at that at some point.
Sure.
I'll,
And he walks away from you.
You can have it for now. Yeah. So that's a very important thing. Yes.
The other thing is, can we please roll hit points?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Good one though.
I'm sorry, I already pre-rolled my character with Roger a couple of weeks ago. So
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, when he died.
It's like 6 weeks ago.
But I guess he's being kicked out of the party and they'll make a new character for next time.
Yeah.
Artwork and yeah, that sounds
He
like...
just got
yeah.
invited.
Try again, dude.
Nope.
Wow.
That's a 6 and a 1. You see the 1? Because it's a bit hidden. That's
I
a
can
1.
only see the 6, but yeah.
So it's 1 point better for Bow and Goodheart. It's 2 points worse for...
I don't know.
I accidentally rolled already, but it's 2 points worse for Dark Heart. 1 point better for Goodheart. So I'm glad. Yeah.
oh, wow, Michel has rolled
A1.
43.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
Okay, so reroll.
Reroll.
I'm going to wait. Can I roll this one more time?
No. What? No, you can't reroll. It's
Okay.
if you
It's
if
a
you
2.
roll below average, it's average.
Yeah. This is serious. I have seriously not rolled anything but 2s and 1s for hit points.
Aw.
It's ridiculous.
You're so average.
You're so just above average.
But that is great, Jasper, because that means
Nice
that
going.
nothing changes in my sheet. The sheet
Okay.
is exactly the same as for Gary Khan. So even the virtual levels, I have rolled 2s.
Solwing rolled an 8, so that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great Soulwing.
Wow, nice.
You need
Congrats.
all the hit points. I mean, Oddleaf basically showed last time that she doesn't need hit points to be a good tank.
there was a problem.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah,
My
I'm
hit point.
Awesome.
and thank you for doing that because I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, then I can update the mini sheets and stuff.
Yeah.
30
I
hit
would-
points, peoples. At level 5 as
Oh,
a
wow.
wizard.
That's high.
Really.
For a
That's
wizard.
great, man. I have 28 hit points as a bard at 5.
I have 52 hit points at the moment, but
Wow.
not telling what I am yet.
I have as many hit points as a character from another campaign's name is.
Wow.
Take it mysteriously.
46.
Exactly.
I even understood that one.
Yeah, me too.
Wow. Obscure references. Who knew, guys? It's not like they're inside jokes or anything.
So,
Yeah,
Wow.
Jasper,
So
I
I-
PM'd you the spellbook, so you can work.
cool. Oh,
For the rest, I mean, I think it would. I don't know if there's anything planned for the evening or whatever, but we can all retire or whatever. Or do we want to start off next time with an evening and we go have drinks and we do this and then we set out? We could
Almost
wrap up.
feels like you're bored.
No. We can wrap up. No, not at all. But this has been a very informative day, and I just feel that
during all the conversation,
go to
especially
bed
when
and-
Solwing was telling a story, you had some dinner, and that was brought up to the room, and you'll each get assigned quarters in the barracks, or each. I think you'll have to split. Well, the you get 2 rooms for the 3 of you.
Yeah. All right. That's good.
Because the Knight Lieutenant already has a room here.
Since I'm a creature of habit, I walk into Altree's room with her and try to sleep there, if that's okay with Altreef.
I think Oatleaf already fell asleep on the bedding. But before she does, actually, she asks if she can send a message through. I'm assuming that the nightly orders have a bit faster communication system, maybe.
Pigeons.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
pigeons.
what would I know would be the fastest way of communicating?
Oh,
with
that would
any-
be using a mage. Like
Yeah, but in Boutford here, do I know that I can
Well,
get
they probably
access
have a
to-
mage here that's can do stuff, but that's gonna cost you. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's burps.
Yeah, they can send the bill to the Ravensfinger residence.
The Ravensfinger estate.
Okay, I mean, I just want to send a message.
It's okay.
For my
You can
brothers
okay,
come
you
over.
can send a message. We can even RP that if you want, but if you're fine with
I don't
just
really
saying
need to
I send a
RP it.
message, then that's fine.
Yeah, I will say the name so people know the name of my younger brother.
I have to.
Which
If
is-
your seal, you have signet ring, right? Like with the,
Yeah, of
the
course.
logo on it.
By the way, Bowen hasn't said anything, but he keeps peeling at his brooch, brooch, without saying anything about it, because it's on his clothes. Right?
Lunar dichotomy.
So I sent a message to Helfake, my mother, and of course Soren, my younger brother.
Cool. But
Uh,
next time we'll start with the new day.
Awesome.
nice.
And that will be in 2 weeks. And we might even make some progress on your journey towards Brandwick, right?
No, I
No
almost can't
way.
believe it.
Still wondering though. I was wondering that for a while now. Where is the shard? Did you leave that with Gunther, or did one of you carry it along?
Think
Solwing took it at the moment. I know that Solwing had it, and he probably still has it with him. And Oatleaf has not dared to ask it back yet. But as things are now, she might at some point. So I'll leave that for Jin to decide
I
whether he would
totally
want to
forgot
return it.
about where that was.
I actually, but I'm not 100% sure, but I actually think Thomas had the shard.
I think you had the shard
That's
because you
right.
picked it up from the floor.
Quest failed.
one of you guys.
I
one
think
of you
I
had
heard.
the short. I do want to say one thing though. You might not have noticed, but I think your characters would have noticed during all the conversations. Sir Gunther has never hasn't mentioned the shard openly with Quintus in the room.
Good
Okay.
to know.
Yeah, let's just say that as soon as Quintus
We keep on going because there's so much info.
Yeah, but just to wrap this up, maybe it's a good idea that as soon as Quintus left, that Gunther told us, like, do not mention the shard. By the way, who has the shard? And then
Is it
Solwing
secret?
goes,
Is it safe?
I have it. And then Oddleaf asks, oh, should I hold it?
And then Solwing says no.
And that's where we'll continue in 2 weeks.
Okay. And that's where we continue in 2 weeks.
So
Awesome.
now that's
Awesome session.
That's over. Yeah, that's okay. That was good. Was some
Yeah,
answers
yeah.
to questions you never asked.
Yeah, we got a lot of answers.
Yeah. Complicated story.
Our fans will be going through this episode and peel back the layers.
I'm originally
of what's
known
going
for my
on.
simple stories, right, Jasper? It's
Yeah. I don't know why you're doing this.
no, yeah. It's not like me at all. /S. Anyway, yeah, I had fun. This was fun. I hope you guys learned to love Quintus as much as you learned to love Thomas, which was not a whole lot, so it's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, that's an assumption being made by the DM.
No, I'm looking at Jasper at the moment because.
Oh, yeah. Well, that might be true.
Yeah. But yeah,
interesting.
it was fun. Tune in tomorrow for Michel, who will be continuing to learn the rules of Call of Cthulhu, with that choose your own adventure intro campaign, which is awesome, by the way. It's such a cool concept that they did that. It's,
Alone Against the Flames.
My head goes off to I forgot
Those
the company that
developers.
published it. Yeah.
Chaosium.
Yeah.
Chaosium Inc.
Those guys. Next week on the Monday, we'll have parallel projections, but a very special one where you'll actually get to play Call of Cthulhu. With,
Yes, that's why I'm learning the rules, so I can
exactly.
be a keeper next week.
Yeah, with,
So yeah, we will be playing a special
Can do it
one-shot. Ash, who's right in chat right now, a special friend, is joining us. And our friends from Top Down Tabletop, Shanks and Vix, will be joining us again. If the Dust City Outlaws one-shot is anything to go by, then the next week is going to be amazing yet again. And I will see you all there.
Well, I'm sad to say that I won't be there, and neither will Jin. But I'm happy to say that we'll have our first session in 1.5 years where we'll actually meet in person and sit around the table with a group of people and play Dungeons and Dragons, or at least some version of my own making. But we'll have our first live session again, which I'm very excited for. Just wanted to share it.
Yeah,
there.
so just to make clear that you and Jin are with your regular play group.
Yeah. So we won't be
real
on
life
stream
session
with you
next month.
guys, but we'll be enjoying a tabletop RPG on an actual tabletop for the very first time in a long time. So very excited for that.
And that's
And
super
the day
awesome.
after that, we'll have Talking Void with Jasper, with his guest Michel. And the question is, what was your weirdest session ever? And especially
why?
Yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Awesome.
And the week after that, on the Monday, we'll be back with the Precipice of Dreams, where we'll pick up this story. And yeah, I think it's going to be the start of it's going to be a whole new beginning with a new party member,
Whole
new story
world.
arc, and we'll see where it ends. Maybe you'll even reach Brentwick.
No, we won't.
But I wouldn't count on
No, we won't.
it. No. Thanks everyone for watching in chat or on the YouTubes, wherever you are right now. We hope you enjoyed the show. We sure did. So we hope to see you soon. Have a nice one. Stay safe and see you later.
Goodbye. Bye.
End credits are over here. They come and there they are.